Hello and welcome to Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio. Connor Canfield, Kenzie Welch alongside myself, Connor Shue. We're here at the Covelli Center for the Ohio State Women's Volleyball home opener. They're number 12 in the nation, going up against the number 11 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Almost a sellout crowd here at the Covelli Center. The atmosphere is great here, Connor.
It certainly is. We just had fire going off. We just had the lights turned off, the light ups going out. The student section is fired up. This is going to be a good one between these two top 15 programs here in Division I.
Two top 15 programs, both undefeated on the season. Ohio State going 3-0 in their weekend series over at that Northern Kentucky tournament, sweeping Northern Kentucky, beating Bowling Green in 5 sets, and then sweeping Eastern Tennessee State University to finish 3-0 on the weekend. And then Georgia Tech, they had their own fun at the Tampa Bay Sports Classic, Volleyball Classic, swept their own series 2-0. Both teams are on the court now. Ohio State wearing their white uniforms with red numbers, and Georgia Tech rocking their all midnight blue unis with the golden lettering on their jerseys and then the white numbers. Ohio State hitting left to right. Georgia Tech with the first serve as that one's up. Londot receives. Tooman up on the right to Chelsea Thorpe, and there's your first point of the game. Chelsea Thorpe opens it up with a first ball kill.
It looks like Buckeyes were going for a little bit of misdirection there. Looked like they were faking to the left side. Instead, Chelsea Thorpe comes out on the right side with a monster hammer to get the first point.
For Ohio State with this quick 1-0 lead, it's Riley Rader, veteran middle blocker, up to serve. Sets that one just a bit too hard, and it goes almost to the Buckeye lettering on the right side of that court. So we're all tied up here at 1-1.
That's the third service error of the year there for Rader. She was 2-2 prior, so that is down into the negatives in terms of that ratio.
Junior outside hitter Bianca Bertolini serving it for Georgia Tech, and that's a second straight service error. 2-1 Buckeyes. A couple of early mishaps for the first points.
Yeah, Bertolino there just couldn't get it off the hand enough to straighten to the net. Just a tough one there for the Yellow Jackets.
And an immediate rotation here for the Buckeyes. Chelsea Thorpe, the outside hitter, sophomore, coming out for Elois Brandewie, the middle blocker, a freshman. Ball towards the left side for number 9, Tamara Otene, and she gets the point off the fingertips of Ohio State's libero.
Yeah, no misdirection there. Otene just straight power off. A couple hands of some Buckeyes there for the kill.
Back to serve now for Georgia Tech is Liv Mogridge, and places that one just outside that far side corner, and that one is out of bounds. 3-2, 3 service errors early.
Yeah, Modric there, the UNC transfer, just drops it out. Honestly, to me, that looked very close. Almost looked like it dropped in, but the official right there has the better view than I do. Thought it dropped out, and it looks like a timeout on the floor now.
To set the scene here at Covelli Center, right in front of us is a wave of fans all the way down to the court. Fans all over the concourse watching as well. We have our Big Ten Plus broadcast going to the right of us across the concourse. That's by Tyler Danberg and Austin Kroom, 2 members of Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio. Proud to see them work. So the challenge is going now. Jen Flynn Oldenburg, Ohio State's head coach, on that challenge, going to try to get that one overturned. Or actually, my apologies, that's Michelle Collier, the head coach of Georgia Tech, trying to get this one overturned. As you're right, Connor, that one was incredibly close from our view. It looked like it kind of nicked that back line right in the corner, but obviously up to the officials' interpretation here.
Yeah, I think Collier is a very good beef here. Like I said, to me, that looks like it was in, but we'll have to see after the challenge. Collier, a veteran coach there at the ACC. She's in her 10th year now with the Yellow Jackets, 175 and 100 records, led them into some nice tournament runs. So she definitely has the pedigree down there on that Yellow Jackets sideline.
And your decision goes the way of the Buckeyes. Collier's first challenge very early in the match. An interesting time to use it here in the Scarlet and Gray Sports Radio Game of the Week. The first one of our weekend series of games. Tomorrow we'll have football up against Indiana as Londot serves on the right side for Ohio State. This one's going up to Otene again, and that one is out of play. Tried to go across, went a little too far.
Like you said, try to go across a little too far, and the Buckeyes taking an early 4-2 advantage so far in this first set.
Blondot back for her second straight service behind the Ohio State lettering. She serves, and that one is just outside, careening towards the right, and it was out near side.
Yeah, Londot now with her 5th service error of the year, have yet to get a service ace, so just trying to find that stride from behind.
Usually pretty solid from behind the line. Londot, solid as ever at any position. She can do a lot. There's the service. Received there by Ohio State. Londot hitting it from the 10-foot line. They're going to go up again for Otene, and Otene a little too much on that one. Another Ohio State point.
Yellow Jackets did a good job of keeping that one alive, but Otene just couldn't find the gray on the floor.
And that was Sydney Taylor who received that ball. She's back to serve now for Ohio State as Brandewie comes out of the game here. In is Sarah Sue Morbitzer, 2 defensive specialists in now, as the service from Taylor is a little too strong. Again, another service error, Connor.
Definitely a little sloppy on both sides so far with these serves. A lot of errors so far. We have not seen an ace, so both teams want to clean that up just a little bit.
5-4 Buckeyes. Serving now is number 2, Cara Bianco. And that one just outside the range of Larissa Mendez for Georgia Tech. Great hit by Ohio State to get that one out of harm's way.
That was certainly some great finesse. Just dropped it in 3 Yellow Jackets there. No need for power, just finesse there.
That kill will go to Riley Rader. And back to serve now is Mia Tooman, the freshman setter. And that one will go just a bit far. Again, another service error.
It's been insane so far. That's the first one there for Tooman so far. Both teams just giving away 3 points so far.
Trading them back and forth. It's 6-5 now. The Buckeyes still in the lead, but this one has been back and forth as Londot receives that. Tooman up on the left side to Thorpe. That one is tipped back. They're going to go up again, and great block by Zaria Ragler as it's back up again for number 5, Bianca Bertolino. Going up for Thorpe on the left side for Ohio State. Good dig there. Back up for Bertolino on their left side. Tooman going up on the right side for Ragler. And that one is off the fingertips of Georgia Tech's libero. And Bianca Bertolini couldn't get to it. That's another Ohio State point.
And that was a kill there for the freshman Grace Egan, it looked like. And what a rally by both sides. I thought Ohio State was going to have it off the hands of Thorpe on the initial attempt at the kill, but the Yellow Jackets deflected at the net and they kept it alive. And what a great rally there.
And that was Grace Egan, who has been very solid this year in her freshman season as she serves that one right over. They're going to go up again for Bianca Mini. And that one is out of bounds off the fist of Sydney Taylor.
And Taylor there looked like she was in good position to dig that one out, but it just went off the fist wrong, and the Yellow Jackets with a point.
7-6. We've been within 1 or 2 points for the entirety of this matchup. Blondot receives Tooman up to Rader, but great save there by Pimentel, their libero. Tooman up in the middle now for Rader again. That one tapped backwards by Georgia Tech. They're going to go up on the right side now for Mendez, and that one ended up going out of bounds.
Just right now, neither team can really find the gray on the floor instead of the red out of bounds. They just haven't been able to get one, and actually I believe that went to Georgia Tech there.
That one must have gone off the fingertips of one of the Buckeyes up there at the net. That was a tough one. As there's the service, and that one missed by Grace Egan trying to make the reception. Georgia Tech taking their first lead.
And right there, Egan once again looked like she was in good position, just went off her hands wrong, and now the Yellow Jackets taking their first lead of the set so far.
In that back line, it was kind of a weird placement, and Egan couldn't get anything on that one. Taylor receives, that one's up for Thorpe, and she gets the kill. That one went out off of Bertolino on that right side.
And just Thorpe there, pow, with the hammer off the hands of Thorpe and ties this thing up.
Thorpe been really solid this year so far, 473 hitting percentage in those first 3 games. She has been on fire, just like the rest of this team offensively. That's her second kill of the match. Raiders serving again, received by Pimentel. Gonna go up on the right side now for Bertolino. And that one will go the way of the Yellow Jackets, 8-9. They lead.
You just see the Yellow Jackets now starting to take a little bit of control as we've gone back and forth. They're just clinging on to this 1-point lead, it looks like.
And that was Liv Mogridge. She made the Road to Tampa Bay All-Tournament team. That was the tournament they participated in this past week. Egan receiving the serve. Londa on the left side. Gonna go back up. And there's the kill for Georgia Tech. This time it's Larissa Mendez, the outside hitter, trying again. And this time she gets it.
And Mendez showing why she's tied for the team lead in kills right there. It's just a powerful strike to give the Yellow Jackets their biggest lead of the set.
Up to serve is Bertolino. Throwing it high up in the air and spiking it down. Egan receives again. Two men up in the middle for Brandewie that time. And there's a huge hit from Liv Mogridge, the star middle blocker. 11-8, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Mogridge, 8 kills in her last matchup. And she is part of the all-freshman team last year, so she is showing her talent early on.
One of the team leaders as a freshman, star in the ACC. She was actually a part of North Carolina last year, still a part of the ACC, as there's another service error off the hand of Bertolino.
I think we've certainly seen more service errors than services in play so far, as just neither team can find it.
Looking at the stats early here, to make a comparison, we've got 10 kills overall for both teams and 7 service errors. So that really paints a picture of how this first set has gone so far. Ohio State gets that point back after Sarah Sue Morbitzer comes in and places that ball perfectly for a service ace.
And she straddled that line, almost another service error, but instead finds the ace and brings the Buckeyes back within 1.
Sue Morbitzer to serve again. That ball taken in by Pimentelli, and it's up now, and there's the kill for Otene. More action for her on that left side. She's been active.
And Grace Egan once again was in perfect position, but it ended up being tipped at the net, which ended up hurting that for the Buckeyes as she wasn't able to get down low enough for it.
Back to serve will be Mogridge. Mogridge, the 6'4" middle blocker. Great reception there by Egan. Londot keeps it alive, and Egan tries to slap it over from way past that 10-foot line, and it ends up in the net.
That was just a tough one there for the Buckeyes. It looks like Londot had to go almost into the table to get that one, and Egan was in an awkward spot to try to get that over the net.
And with that attack error, back to service Mogridge again, and there is another service error. I'm not going to lie, Connor, this volleyball has been a little sloppy here so far.
Definitely a little under the standards that I'm assuming both these teams hold themselves to. A lot of service errors so far, giving each other free points.
Giving each other a lot of free points indeed, as Georgia Tech leads this one so far 13-11. Londot puts that one up and over. They're going to go up on the right side now as that one was blocked. Mendez tried to go over the top, and there was Brandewie to stuff it.
And Brandewie picking up her 9th block of the season, it looks like. She is tall up there on the front lines, 6'3", using that height to her advantage.
Brandewie, one of the very athletic freshmen on this Ohio State team this season. 13-12, Georgia Tech. Londot serves. They're going to go up again, this time for Otene, and she gets another kill, her 3rd of the game. It'll go off the fingertips of Grace Egan.
And Otene just having herself a game, had 17 kills in her last matchup, the senior out of New Zealand.
Otene also a transfer from Illinois State before 2022, spent a couple years at Georgia Tech. Tuman putting it up for Egan on the left side, and that one had just a little too much on it. Out of play for another Georgia Tech point.
Just out of play. The Buckeyes have to find it within themselves, and a timeout looks like taken by the Buckeyes as they are down to a set-high 3-point deficit. Jen
Flynn Oldenburg going to try to rally the troops here and figure out what's been going on. But with this quick break we have, we'll do our quick ad read here for